they look grown and they don't have to look that way. Do you know what I mean? Style is your own thing, bro. Like, it's your own thing. And then at this point, it's just everybody dresses how they want to dress, you know? So what Maya Angelou said, as an older adult, I realized the importance of finding stuff that you're fulfilled in. I'm not a fashionista. That's not my testimony, right? But I do like clothes. There we go. Okay, let's readjust. Let's act like we know what we're doing here, y'all. I was gonna record a different topic for this video, but every time I thought about, oh, like, let me go to the beach, it was fun, right? And then I would think about recording that specific topic. It's not that it's not a fun topic, it is. I just, right now, I think my brain just wants to talk about how I'm feeling. I'm recording a vlog. I don't know if it's out before or after this, but y'all should still check it out. Thank you. But yeah, so today we're talking about style because recently, you know, like today I tried some eyeliner. I hope y'all like it. Mascara. Got some lip gloss. Y'all know I'm really out here like recording a video on the beach. What? More recently, I've been thinking about like, oh, like I want to change my hair. I want to change this. And I realized, okay, let me just talk about style. Because I'm realizing, and I don't want to make it all like, oh, it's financial. But when you are living in apartments or apartment homes, right, you don't really decorate your room, like the walls of your room, because it wasn't all this chatter about like, what's it called? I'll put it here if I think of it. Instead of, you know, it was just straight hammer and nail. Because obviously we're not going to live there forever, right? It wouldn't always be smart for us to do stuff like that. So I never really thought to put up a poster or whatever, right? And I was very like all my life, especially up until graduation of high school, okay? I was very much like academics. I tried sports. I did it for a little bit. I had a job, always had a job. You know, stuff like that. But I was very much like academic oriented. I tried for a second to do chorus, and it just didn't fit into my schedule. But now I have a reference for if somebody ever says like, oh, like you're just saying you can sing. No. The choir director said I could sing. Thank you. Stuff like that. I don't think I ever gave myself a chance. And I think because I felt like sometimes it just feels like when you have so much stuff to do, you have goals, whatever. At the time, it's like, I have to get straight A's. I want to get into the school, whatever, for college. I've always envied other people who even in childhood pursued instruments, whether that was their doing or by their parents choosing, whatever. I've always admired it because now as an older adult, I realize the importance of finding stuff that you're fulfilled in. And the same way that I didn't really take time to learn the piano when I was younger, I didn't really take the time to, okay, how does this relate to style? I think I'm going off on a tangent. With style though, I feel like there's stuff, especially recently, that I'm like, I really want to try this. And over the years, I would either not try it or I would try it and like waste all this money trying to find like the perfect product for it, whatever. Or I would get disappointed because the results don't look exactly how I imagined it, or I just didn't try it. Like, for example, I always wanted to dye my hair. I used to really, really want to dye it ginger. These days, it's more of like maybe like a blue highlight, whatever. You know what I mean? When I was younger, I would think like, oh, I don't want to break my hair. But it's not a big enough risk to where you're like, throw away this beautiful thing of possibly dyeing my hair a pretty color. You know what I mean? And I wish I took risks like that before. As an adult, I'm trying more, you know, trying new stuff. I can be pretty hard-headed about certain things. Like if I know something works, I like to get results. You know what I mean? But I also can be spontaneous and impulsive at the same time. It's these two dual thingies, y'all. I just want to figure out my style. I think why it feels like almost like a pressure these days to figure it out though is because I'm finally, you know, I have a job, I'm going to school, like things are picking up in my life to where that stuff is kind of figured out. Now I have time to actually think about like, what is my style? I said this in my like getting pretty for the living room video, like what do I do when I want to go and get pretty, or like if I want to just do like a little razzle dazzle. I think especially like when I was in college, for example, right? My mom never wore makeup, my sister doesn't wear makeup, so it wasn't until college where that was the first time, y'all, I kind of felt like, damn, like, do I need to learn how to wear makeup? Mind you, for a few seconds, I'm not gonna lie, for a few seconds, I felt like, damn, like, I have to wear makeup. I have to do something special if I'm going out. But I didn't do it, but it felt like, okay, like, I could have done it. It was like a passing thought. I want to make music one day, right? So I'm thinking, like, okay, if I was on a red carpet, would I go up there with just, like, with no base makeup is the thing that's the pressure part of it, right? Texture thing for me. Like I like my face feeling for the most part free. I like the smoothness. I spend so much time on skincare morning and night to where it's like I'm gonna cover it up. Obviously your skincare products, you feel like, you know, a smoothness, like, you know, there's product there, but it's not the same as like, I don't know if you wear eyeliner and stuff, do I need to put foundation so that it doesn't just look like so it looks like cohesive or whatever? But then it's like, no, if I like it, that should be enough, and then build from there. Style is your own thing, bro. Like, it's your own thing. Oh my gosh, my nose is getting stuffier while I talk. I'm so sorry if this is annoying to anybody. And what's interesting is I told you I was starting to read this book by Maya Angelou. Wouldn't give nothing for the journey. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm gonna put the title up here. But I love the book because it's basically like a collection of short essays on different topics of life: humor, style, courage, you know, taking different paths in life, on just advice on everything. And it's like, it's beautiful. I've been like writing notes. Oh yeah, so the quote is, and I'm gonna try to speak as close to the phone, but the pictures on my phone of my iPad notes, I know it's a lot, y'all, but you gotta bear with me. So what Maya Angelou said, or along the lines of what she said, this is the notes that I took from it, okay? We should be aware of all we do and how we do all that we do, how we speak, dress, and our manners. Don't steal from others' style. Style is unique like and this is the part that stood out to me. Style is unique like a fingerprint and non-transferable and personal, and it takes time to develop. The other part that really, really like had me think enough to make a topic about this, but she was basically saying how your style, it shouldn't just be based on trends and what's popular and what's designer and what's expensive, whatever. It should only be based on what feels natural to you. Of course you're gonna have trends and you can take from them and make it your own. I feel like if you're wearing an outfit just because it's popular, just because it's a lot of money, just because you could say you wore the outfit but you don't really like how it looks yourself, essentially for clout, that's not style. I don't know. And maybe I'm talking too much. Maybe I don't know better. I don't know. I'm not saying like you should never get any type of designer, because obviously like I have a wish list of designer items. Thank you. I've seen that I feel like looks nice. I'm not gonna wear something just because it's popular. And I think about it like, cause celebrities, like obviously the whole thing is like, you want to stand out, you want to be iconic, you want to but it's like sometimes it's a risk, obviously, and you're supposed to take risks in life, sure. But sometimes you can just tell, like, you wouldn't wear this if you didn't feel like it would get you in the public eye more. And then sometimes it's like, okay, are you in the public eye because it looks good? Or are you in the public eye because you look a little bit of a mess? Just a little bit. Again, I'm not a fashionista. That's not my testimony, right? But I do like clothes. You know, there's stuff that stands out to me when some people, when they show their older pictures from like 80s, 70s, whatever, and then they show them now, they kind of feel like not embarrassed by it, but like sometimes they feel like, oh my gosh, like I really did that. But at the time you loved it. Our generation, we kind of mixed in a lot of like current styles, but also past styles, bringing them back, right? And then at this point, it's just everybody dresses how they want to dress, you know? Like, would our generation ever feel that way about their own pictures? I know if people feel that way about like old cringy photos or something like that. Like they feel like they glowed up, which I feel like, don't let me get me started on that topic, because I feel like glowed up shouldn't be a word, honestly. I'm gonna get into it. I'm gonna get back on topic. Y'all, like, how are you gonna say you glue up? You're basically saying your previous was ugly. That's your baby self. You're gonna tell your baby self you're ugly? Don't do that. Like, don't do that to her. Please don't do that to her. Like, when I look at a picture, sure, I didn't learn how to smile until maybe 7th, 8th grade. I'll admit. And what really solidified for me was whenever I got picture days from school, they weren't looking the cutest. And I realized because of my smile. But I still like my photo. If you've watched my videos thus far, you can see how I can be hard on myself sometimes as far as goals, dreams, school, music, jobs, whatever. But like, as far as look, you shouldn't look at a baby picture or like a kid picture and just be like, ew. Now you can be like, okay, of course you developed, you look different, sure. Okay, like if it's a funny picture, it's a funny, I don't know what I'm trying to say. Just be nicer to yourselves, y'all. That's all I have to say. Anyways, back to the topic at hand. It puts things into perspective. My little sister, right? She's 5 years younger than me. Well, 5-6 years younger than me. She's 16, right? She has such a better handle on style than I do. She tries things. Recently I helped her dye her hair. She's so cool, bro. Like, she's the coolest person I know. If you know me, you know how much I brag about this girl, like as if she's my child. I used to not wear my hair out when I was younger. I always had my hair in protective style. Like, my mom, she always had it in protective styles for me because like obviously it's better for your hair, which I appreciate. I would just hate the frizz of it. I didn't want to deal with it. It's easy. You can style it each day. Like, you don't really want to stand out as a kid. Do you know what I mean? And so I didn't really want people to like notice me, if that makes sense. And obviously if I have like this head of hair, people are gonna notice me. Not even trying to brag, but I've been had this hair. Thank you. Yeah, I just didn't want to like get attention in that way, if that makes sense. So I didn't wear my hair out as much. Mind you, that was always a thing as an Ethiopian girl, right? It's like a thing. Like, we have long, luscious curls. And I feel like I think I made up for it at the end of last year when I was like really being like myself, experiencing life for real. I like wore it out more. Well, I had my locks, but then I took my locks out, and so I had my hair out for that time. It was real cute, so I feel like I kind of made up for it. But I always wanted my locks. I didn't do my locks because I was like, wait, but there's so much other styles I haven't tried. I haven't done this. Mind you, I tried some like different styles and stuff, but it still wasn't like girl, you could have just started this a long time ago. But it's fine. I'm glad I waited. Everything happens for a reason. Wear my hair out a little more. That was the other thing too, though, because some people, they wouldn't get locked. Always wanting to have your hair down, and especially we live in a world where we barely like curls, let alone the locks, But I don't know why in my head I just always want to make sure I'm checking off each box. And one of those boxes includes when I get older, and if I'm going to events, if I'm, if I achieve my dreams, how I really feel like I'm going to achieve my dreams, and I'm on camera, I'm on red carpets, I'm doing this, that. I'm like, okay, people are going to think I'm boring, or like people are going to think this. And it's like, who cares, bro? At the end of the day, what do I want to do? I don't know if this is any type of coherence. I hope y'all understand what I'm trying to say. I've always had a baby face, right? But I feel like you can tell I'm grown. Like, you know what I mean? Especially at work the other day, like, it was like 2 people all saying like, oh, wow, you're 21? Oh, wow. It's like, y'all don't have to do all that. Like, please don't play me. Please don't play me. This generation, like the one below mine, I'll say that, they look grown. And they don't have to look that way. You know what I mean? I think about, like, there's even like a older woman than me who like they make sure they put their makeup a certain way so that they look grown, so that they don't look like a kid, or like they don't look like their own age or something like that. Why are we trying to rush aging? Something like that just doesn't sit right with me. I'm sorry, I don't know how to explain it, because it's like, why not just look your age? But then at the same time though, I get it though, because sometimes you want to look grown and sexy, like what's up, like yeah. But I feel like I can do that in a way that still embraces me and I feel comfortable with, and I'm not gonna like later on look at a picture and feel like that's not even me, that's a whole different person. You know what I mean? I don't want to feel like that. I don't think anyone should feel like that, I feel like I always had something, you know what I mean? But of course it's not until like recently branched out just a little bit. But I feel like up until I did dual enrollment, that was like 11th 12th grade, right? I was always like, you have to dress nice every time you walk out the door. Okay, there's times I'm not gonna lie, I look like a bum, but it's like I still got the face card, so it's still like it makes up for it. What's up? Anyways, but then after that I realized like, okay, you can wear sweatpants to class, especially it's college, like you're gonna wear sweatpants at some point, and sweatpants can be swaggy, like, you know what I mean? Like, now I will say I think it got to a point where I almost felt like I lost myself, because it was just that was all comfy, whatever. But then sometimes you want to get dressed up, just life in general. Like, we only get dressed up when we're seeing other people. Why don't we get dressed up first? I remember I was talking to my friend one time, or she said something along the lines of like, it's about perception. Like, you want to look your best for people, you want a good impression. Or maybe it's me, because I'm a recovering people pleaser, thank you. As I got older, trying to break out of it, I think part of it is like me really analyzing meticulously every single thought I have to make sure like, okay, is that your thought, or are you doing it because you want somebody else, whatever, right? And then the final thing that like pressure is like, I think about like when because I want kids one day, right? Or I'm gonna have kids one day, in Jesus' name, amen. Obviously I would love to have daughters. I would have daughters and sons, but like we're thinking about daughters right now, right? They're gonna want to do like hairstyles, they're gonna want to try makeup or whatever, right? I'm kind of worried that like, okay, this is such an irrational concern, because mind you, I don't even have a prospect for a baby father. What are we doing? See, this is what I'm saying. When y'all say y'all overthink, I don't believe y'all anymore, because there's no way y'all are thinking about stuff how I'm thinking. I want to be able to, like, when they come up to me like, oh my gosh, like, can you show me how to do this? Can you do this for me? I want to be able to say, yes, I can do that. Yes, I know how to do that. Okay, like, let's say I have kids and they want a hairstyle, I just don't know how to do it. I can learn, whether asking a loved one or looking it up. I can learn it. If they want to learn makeup, okay, shoot, we gonna learn makeup together. But yeah, and I know that's an irrational fear. It's just something I thought about, At the end of the day, what do I want? As much as I would love to teach my children everything they want to know in the world, right now, at the age of 21, that sounds selfish saying it, and I almost want to, like, apologize. But it's the truth. Like, I can't... Wait, no, because let's really work that out. Because I can't live life as if I'm already, like, settled. As if I'm already done. I'm literally just now starting. I haven't even finished my biology degree, y'all. I haven't even learned how to play the piano. So, why am I so worried about, oh my gosh, like, I haven't figured out my style, da da da. Mind you, the stuff that I want, I'm basically, like, eyeliner, I'm doing it right now. Mascara, lip gloss, I'm doing it right now. The locks, I love my locks. Style-wise, okay, I'm not drippy right now, but hey, look at the hoodie, though. Thanks, y'all, for rocking with me. I hope this didn't sound delusional. Thank you guys for listening. I hope you guys, honestly and truly, I hope you guys feel peace in life. I was gonna say like, oh, I hope you guys find your style. Like, if you don't need style, you don't need style. You know what I mean? It's different things for different people. I hope you reach your goals, dreams, genuinely. Thank you so much for watching this video. Make sure to check out my other ones. If you have any topics you want me to talk about, anything like, oh, I wonder what she thinks about this, comment down below. Check out my Instagram, TikTok, Pinterest, Etsy, all that. And yeah, bye boo.